Hi, welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes. Today we'll be installing a new reverse camera, a rear view camera. Alright, this is the AHD version. It's slightly more expensive, but I was told that it's very clear. Alright, so I've actually opened this. What it comes with is two screws, camera, and then a very long cable to pull from the front to the back, but I'm not going to use that. Instead, what I'm going to try to do is use a wireless system. This is the first time I'm actually trying this, so I'm quite excited. So what I have here is the receiver. This goes to the front to the player, and this is the transmitter. This goes into the boot. Alright, so I'm going to show you how this is installed. I hope I know how this is installed. So let's get to it. Okay, so since we are doing this on the Toyota Alphard, what we will need to do is we need to remove this cover from the rear boot. Alright, so to do that we have two clips here, and then we'll actually pry two on this corner and pull it down. Alright, Alright, so we are done with the wiring. So what I have done is that I have tapped the positive to this purple wire. This is on the, well, if from where I'm looking is the left side, but it's the right side reverse light. Alright, so the positive I've tapped it to the purple, and then the negative I've tapped it to the screw right behind here. Alright, so that gives us power for the transmitter as well as the camera. Alright, and then you just need to plug it in. And as for the camera, alright, so the camera, the original ones, if it ever focuses to it, alright, is actually held by two screws, one over here and one over here. Okay, I'm trying to get this to focus. So it was held by one over here and one over here. No, it's not focusing. Okay, lock focus. Okay, so you can see it's one here and one here. Alright, so once you got those two screws out, you can just push it out from the other side. Of course, you have to disconnect the connector, which is this one over here. I cut off the connector because I was thinking of using back the original wiring, but it doesn't work. Okay, so once you have pushed that out, you can put in the new one, the new camera. Alright, currently it's being held on by one screw. Later on I'll put in another screw, and then I will put some tape over here to make sure it's sealed tightly. Alright, and then it comes down to here where you connect it, and that should be done. Okay, so the new camera is over here. As you can see, it actually goes through, so you can actually see through it, so not very watertight. Alright, okay, so now that we're done with the back, let's go to the front. Okay, so we've gotten the front wiring done. I'll show you the test result after this, but let's talk about the wiring. Okay, so there's three wires to connect. Alright, for the receiver there will be two, which is the positive and negative, which is over here. So I've actually connected it to the player's accessory for the positive, and the negative to the negative. Alright, so how do we determine it? So on the Android player, the accessory is the red line over here, and the negative is the black line, which is next to it. Alright, once you connect these two, the receiver would have power. Okay, so the instruction did say that the receiver should connect to the 12 volt plus, which is the battery, but I don't want to do that because that will drain my battery as it will be operating constantly. So I don't want that. So I put it to the accessory. So it only turns on when I put to the accessory or the on position on my car. Alright, then the next one, how do we trigger the reverse trigger? Okay, so on the Android player, it will be this pink line. It will be stated as back. And then on the original loom over here, it would be the fourth one from the right, which is this red one in between the yellow and blue. Alright, that is the trigger to it. Okay, so connect that and we are done. Only 3 wires. So now let's put everything back and I'll show you how it goes. Alright, there you have it guys. That's how I install the reverse camera, the AHD reverse camera, and with the wireless transmitter. Okay, so let's talk a bit about this project. Why did I change to reverse camera? One, I wanted a better quality camera, and AHD cameras are said to be much better quality, and after installing it and testing it, yes, it is. It's very clear and I could see things in more details. Well, when you're reversing, you don't really need to see things in detail, but I like it that way. Alright, so what does AHD stand for? Okay, it's basically analog high definition. Alright, it's much better than your CCD or the other type of camera. Alright, in terms of the night view, it's actually quite good as well. The day view is perfect. Yeah, and why did I go through the wireless route instead of using the wired? Well, this is an Alphard. It's pretty long. The cable that came with the camera is not long enough, and it will actually involve taking out a lot of the interior trims out to do the wiring. So I opt for the wireless route instead, and as you can see, it seems to be pretty smooth as well. Alright, how long it lasts, I'm not too sure, but I just hope it does last long. Okay, let's talk about the cost. The cost for the AHD camera is about 175 ringgit, so that's about 43 US dollars, and the wireless transmitter receiver is about 29 ringgit, so that's about $7, I think. 29, about $8 plus $8. Alright, time. Alright, so the time it takes for this project is roughly about an hour, mainly on the removing of the trims as well as the player. Wiring was pretty straightforward and simple. On the back, you just need two lines, the positive and the negative. So the positive you take from the reverse light, and then on the front there's only 3 lines as I explained: positive, negative, and a trigger. Alright. Excuse me. Okay, so there's not much else to talk. Alright, so if you like this video, hit the like. If you dislike it, you can always hit that, but leave us a comment on how to improve further. Alright, and if you have not done so, please hit subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified on the future uploads. Next project.